We're continuing now with a short series on the things you need to have ready before you do an installation of Windows 10, or for that matter any other operating system. Now typically most of these are talking about clean installs, but if you're doing an upgrade, it's not a bad idea to have these backups. Anyway, let's talk about drivers now. So we've already talked about the hardware requirements, the applications that you have to have ready to install, the product keys that you have to be ready to put back in the systems or in the products, and now drivers. So drivers are pieces of software that tell your operating system how to communicate with different devices on your machine. They might be devices inside the box that are attached to the motherboard, for example. Hard drives and so on are all examples, or they might be things like printers or other things outside the box. But every device, and in fact often different versions of that device, require their own individual drivers. Also, different drivers might be needed for, say, Windows 7 versus Windows 10, although some drivers will work in both. Also, you'll find that if you have a 32-bit and a 64-bit version, it requires two different drivers for that. Having said all that, it's not a bad idea, no matter what, to back up all of your drivers so that you have them available and ready to go in case you need a driver or lose a driver. There's no guarantee that the old driver will still work, but many do, or at least they get you far enough that then you can update to the correct drivers. So there are a couple of places or ways that we can do that. I like a third-party tool called Double Driver, which is free. It very simply backs up drivers of your choice or all their drivers, and then can also reinstall those drivers. Another thing you can do is just go into Windows itself and go to the C drive, C, Windows, System 32, Drivers. And if you just back up that folder, this drivers folder, you will have all of the drivers on your system that you are likely to need. And so that is one way to back up your drivers as well.